me, no, that isn't, that's something completely different, I think. Oh, no, that's not what I wanted. Oh, I do apologise. Talking away to myself. Right, there, I think I have now got you on there. Yay! Hi Jamie, how are you? Oh, thank you for joining me. And Carol and Jane as well. Let me put you back on so that you can see me. And we can start. So hello. I hope you all had a really good day so far. It's been a funny old day here today, so I'm really pleased to be getting back into doing lives again, because I really do enjoy them. Please excuse the mess behind me. If you're anything like me, you like to look what's behind everybody, so I like to have a authentic craft room so that you can see that it is a working craft room. So I think we are just 2 minutes past, so I'll get started. So we have got some new dies today, and they are these. There's also something else coming, but I will show you those in a minute because I'm really excited for those. You wouldn't know, you wouldn't believe the amount of trouble and hassle we have to try and get these next things made. It did take a while, so we've managed to source them and do them, so I'm really pleased with them. But that's coming a little bit later. So I will keep looking up and down. Actually, what I may do is put you up there, and then hopefully I will be able to read your comments up there, and we can see. So if I don't see you straight away, I will try to keep looking up and down, but because my computer and that is at an angle, I have to kind of like keep doing that. So these dies, now these are the Wavy pocket dies, and the it's in the name, the use is in the name, as they say. Now a few people have been using these already. You might have seen Jill Humphreys has been using them. My friend Lynn's got some. I know Sarah has also got some as well, so they will be coming out and you will be seeing those soon as well. So let me give you some examples of what they do. So this was a workshop, in-class workshop I did at Fabric Paper Scissors the other week, and we used some of the dies there. So this is one of the smaller pocket dies, and it's the Wavy one. I just love the way that looks, makes your photo mats pop. It really does. So that's the small one, ideal for tuck spots. Now with these, you don't need to use them straight, you can use them on an angle, you can use them vertical as well, and have your tuck spots there. I have got a few more examples coming with those, so you can see the different ways that you can put them. So this then is a workshop that's coming up very soon, in about 2 weeks time. So we've finished the book, or I finished the book, the sample book. I've done 2 sample books, so we'll start from the beginning. So on this book I've done all of the Wavy pocket dies on my side B of my album, and just because when you do workshops, it's nice to do some that are really intricate, but they take time. It takes time. So what I've tried to do with this book is do the pages where they're near enough the same, but just that little bit different, that gives you that sense that you've done, you know, a few different pages. So in this one I've used I think this one is the 7-inch one I've used, and I've used it on the side. Now as you can see, I've left the cutout bit, I've actually glued that back in so that when it's shut, it's like an invisible pocket. So when you then put your photo mat in, it just gives that really nice effect of that wavy line. Also, with it being a bit more a wave, you don't have to make sure that they're really straight. So that's another good thing of these, but I just really like that continued wave, that sort of look. So on this one I use them on a diagonal as well, so you can see that they slide in and they hold really well as well. They've got a nice big slot as well, so that you're not fighting to put in your photo mats. And then again I used the really big one, this is the 8-inch one, again on a slant, so that you've got that nice pocket. Now you can also make another one, put another one in there as well, and have like a duo of a pocket as well, so they don't have to be used just on their own. And then this one I used actually on the horizontal axis, so to speak, so that you can then see it. I mean, I did try and get that as straight as I could, because we've got the lines here that you know, but again it does look really straight. So, and it just gives that nice wave. I just love them, love them, love them, love them. So that's some of the samples. I've got some other ones to show you as well, but the dies, there are 6 of them, and they range in increments from 8 inches, so you've got the nice big 8-inch one, which would be ideal for your 12 by 12 books, or like if you want to put them on a vertical, you can do, yeah, on the vertical. And then the last one is a diddy 3.5 inches, which are really, really handy for your tuck spots as well. But they also go up, so as they go up in size, your width in between them for your pockets also goes up as well, so it just makes it look really, really nice, with that, where you know, with the sizing goes up as you go up in your pockets. So that is those. So if I'll get them out and we'll show you how they cut, and we can do a few little samples, and then I will show you the other thing that I've got to show you, because I've got a little demo for that. So I'm just going to bring in my my really well used die cutting machine, and if you can hear a whirring in the background, it's just my fan. I've got a fan going. It's one of those tiny little fans that it's just blowing some cold air. I think I'm getting a bit of a hot flush. So, right, I hope everybody's okay and they're enjoying the live so far. If you want to ask any questions, please just do. I'm hoping that Savannah's also on there so that she can answer any questions that you may have. I might have to just give her a shout in a minute. So what I've done is I've just cut out some, I had some scrap paper of the Alice papers, and I've just cut out a 5, I think this is a 5 1/8 by 5.5 piece of paper, which I've given myself a 1/2 inch gusset in between. And what I thought I might do is make a few of these up and then stick them together like so, so that they then create one signature in an album. But I've just thought that it was a good demo piece. So as I say, I'm going to use the smaller ones. Now I won't take those ones out. I will get my ones, which I'm sure I put out. Ooh. I've got so many things on here. Oh, no. Do you know what? I had them out as well. Alright. There they are. There we go. Right. Whew. So, this is just my ones that I put all my dies and things that I'm going to use into this little folder. I'll just get a couple out. Now I'm going to use the smaller ones with these, so we can have one. I'm going to have one going down like so, because it's going to be on the inside. So I think I might have it there. So if I have it on this side, then my photo mat will go in here, so it's easier to pull out. So that was my thinking anyway. So you can use these on your smaller die cutting machines as well. And the only thing I would say is that obviously if you've got a big 12 by 12 sheet, it's not going to go through this one, so you will need a bigger one. But there again, I don't know if a 12 by 12 would go through your 8, because they're A4, aren't they? So that wouldn't. But you can get them if you obviously cut them down a little bit more. You can obviously put them through your die cutting machine, because they'll go in long ways. So let me get my sandwich ready. I always forget what sandwich to use. Excuse the squeak. Oh, hi Helen, how are you? Oh, thank you for joining me. I love these. They give a really nice different finish to my... They do, Helen, they really do. I'm in love with them. I really am. I got them a couple of weeks ago, and I've just managed to get round to actually putting them on the website. So they are on the website. But what I haven't told you is that for 2 days, so from today and tomorrow up until 12 o'clock, it's not a huge saving, but it is still a saving. They should retail at $13.99, but for 2 days I'll knock £1 off, so they'll be $12.99 if you would like them. And just go to the website. It does say on the website $13.99, but then when you go to checkout, it should take off that extra £1. And if you put like 4 in your basket, it will take £4 off for all of them. So I've cut my pocket out. Now, as you can see on there, you can see that line. Now they look really nice without the piece put in. If you didn't want to, you just wanted to use that small, have it so that you could see the colour of your cardstock underneath, then you can do. But I like to put it in, but I'll do one with and one without. So I'm actually going to put this side like so, and then I'll have my photo mat going in there. So I would normally ink my edges, but for quickness I'm not going to today. I just, as usual, need to just unclog my glue. I've been doing painting and things with using my apron, so I'm really sorry if I've got loads of paint down it working where I've been painting, but that's what aprons are for, isn't it? So let's put this on now. You just need to glue around those edges, so no glue on that bigger bit, and we're just going to put loads of glue on the smaller piece. Now what I'm going to do is just glue around that opening on this left hand side. So let's put this in. Now I haven't cut out my photo mat, so I'll do that in just a second. Make sure it's all burnished down really well, and then you have your pocket there. So let me grab a piece of paper. Put cardstock in here. Maybe not that one. Use this one here. Now let's go with 4 by 5. This might be a bit big. I'm just going to check. Yep. So let me cut this down to 4 3/4. There we go, that's a nice size. So then that will go into your slot like so. Now what you could also do, which would look really good, is if you wanted to pattern piece this bit here, so you could maybe use some like another pattern paper the same as this, and then pattern piece that in so it really does hide it, which looks really good. Yes, they are different. I've not seen anything like this with the wave before, so we just wanted to do something different, and I'm liking the wave at the minute. I think it's that continuation, it's just that movement, isn't it, that I really like. So that's my tag. So I will just get some extra, I've got some offcuts of paper here, and we will just measure this quickly. So 4 and 3, go this way. So 3 and 7/8 by, I'm terrible, I should write it down, 4 and 5/8. It goes in one and out the other. Now what you could also do is add another pocket slot onto your photo mat as well, so you could have like a double, so it goes in like so. So you could have it on here, so you could use the really tiny one, which I didn't get out. I will get back into it. I think it's because I haven't done any for a while, that I'm a little bit nervous. I don't know why. So let's get this one out. Maybe I think that's the smallest one. And yeah, you could have then that small one on that side as well, and then have another tag going in if you really wanted to. So we can maybe, let's do a couple where there's a few different ones on a sheet. That might look really well. And I don't know if this purple goes with this Alice, but it was in the Alice pile, but it doesn't matter if it doesn't. I'll just leave it there. It gives a nice look anyway. Sorry about the sun all of a sudden coming through. It's like really bright now. You can see here the stripes where it's coming through my window. Hi Savannah. Thank you for joining me. I think I've got it all sorted. I didn't have to call you once. I thought I was going to have to though. Oh Jane, is it going to fall into your basket? No, I think you'll be really happy with them. And I'm loving my new colour of the dies. I really do like this sort of minty green colour. So I really love it. So this is going to be the colour of my dies from now on. I like the purple, but I wasn't that wasn't really what I wanted. So I'm really pleased that I've found this colour. So that's one page, and then we can do the same on this side, but what we can do is then the next one is going to go here, so that we can then push it in this way, so you've got, it's more symmetrical. I'm a bit of a symmetrical girl, I think, but this one we'll actually put our little cutout bit that goes into it in. Now we need to find which one it was. I don't think it was that one. That's the trouble, they come and go and they get lost. Well, mine do anyway, if I don't stick them down. Right, hang on, I've got another set in here. So let's get, I think it's that one there. There we are. I think it was that one. No, it's that next one. That's it, I got it. So you can put that one on there. Now as you can see, I'm not taping them down. If you want to, then please by all means do. I just don't need to tape these ones down. Now I'm not going to be too precise, but I'm just checking just to make sure that I've got it near enough. There we go. So I just want it about an inch. There we go. Put that down there. And that might not work. Let's try that again. There we go. And then my little thing is there. So then that is the second part. And again, your glue. So I'm going to glue on the shorter bit. Now if you wanted to, you could have that bit, the short edge, as your pocket. Nearly did it. And the larger part as the part that you really glue down, which I just nearly did. So let's just put that on like so. Push that over. Now, empty that bit out. So that's it with that open. Now, where did it go? There. And then if we glue this in, we'll glue that down. There we go. Turn it up the right way and push it down, and then that is then your pocket that's near enough hidden. And unless you come up really far and look and know that that's there, it's virtually invisible. And then this would go in there again like so. And then you've got two pockets, so you've got here that you can put something on, and here, so, but you've then got that extra bonus of a little tuck spot. So that is the dies. I'll put these away so I don't lose them. And oh, I was going to keep that one out, wasn't I? Because we're going to do something with that. So let's put these back, and we'll do something with that one, because I did say we would finish something, so I should really, I suppose, finish it. I'm just excited to get to the next plot, I have to say. So let's just I think this was, no, it wasn't 5, it was 4. See, I'm going to have to look at it now. So that is 4 by 4 5/8. So 4 3/4. So 4 by 4 3/4. Okay, so that's that. And then that should fit back in there like so. So let me just get another scrap piece of paper. Oh, look at that, that might be just this, but I don't think that is the right paper. No, I didn't think it was. It's something else. Right, okay. Let's get this one. I was just trying to use up some of the scraps, but it isn't the right paper. So 5 5 3/8, and I'll do another one, and then we can put that on the underside. So that's a bit better. That does look like it should go with that paper collection now. So I'll have one that has got this checkered bit on. And my stamps would go really well with these as well. So we can put that in there. That looks a lot better. I think that come from the Little Fairies, the purple. And we'll put, no, or stay with the same. And put this on here like so. And then you can add, obviously, on your tags, you can add some borders, some cut apart, little your white cardstock to add your journaling on. So that would then be the inside, and again I would add some borders on there, maybe a little bit of lace or something like that, maybe a little sentiment as well. So that then it would be the inside. So that's that 2 pages you've done a spread in what you would do in your memory books, and then we can then, when that's finished, put that into a little book, and that is the start of another book. Right, so let me have a quick tidy up. I need to bring in some stuff because this is what we are going to do. So I need those, and I really don't know, I needed the little pieces that go with them, and I think they got lost in all of this. Did they get lost here? No? Right, let me put them on my chair and I will have a look. They were here. So what it is that we need now, if you remember, probably probably about 4 weeks ago now, I did some lives on the Grandma's Attic papers from Minte, and they've disappeared. So what I did, now I may not be able to do it if I can't find the little pieces for it. This is not going to plan, is it really? So those there, that. Oh, there's one, and the other one. Did it fall on the floor? You would find them somewhere. So sorry about that. So with so a couple of weeks, as I say, about 4 weeks ago, we did this Grandma's Attic book from Minte. So we finished that. So I thought, well, what these new things that I've got, I thought I need to do something with this. This needs to have a stand or a box or something for it to sit in. Hence why I've cut my grey board. Now I haven't put this together, so I'm hoping, praying that I've got my measurements correct. Because what we're going to do is we're going to make a little stand for it to fit onto. So hence why, now you're going to love these, you really, really are. I'm going to bring in my corner holders. I don't know what yet I'm going to call them, so, but what they are, I'm going to call them like your second, like a third hand, because that's really what they are. So when you come in to put your boxes together, I always struggle with the edges and with the corners and getting them straight. Hence why I've made these. Now these fit your 2mm grey board. They're pretty small, they're quite robust, and you slot your grey board in and it holds them in place while they dry. Now I haven't got these on the website yet, but if you would like some, then just send me a message and I'll get them put on the website really quickly. Now the price point for these is going to be for 4, so you'll get 4, will be $7.99, which I'll do the deal for today and tomorrow, but they will go up to $8.99. But they are invaluable, they really, really are. So let me show you how they work. So I'm going to use my tape as well, and to put my boxes together like I normally do, and I'll use glue as well because that does help. So I'm just making sure I've got that open. So for this we need to, I always put my get this right. So I always put the two longest sides together first, and then the shorter sides go on afterwards. Now I'm going to put these onto, I'm just going to double check to make sure that they fit and my measurements were correct. And yes, phew, that was good, that was lucky. So I will put these together first. So that's, I'm going to just put my glue along the bottom edge of that piece of grey board. So this is my base page, and then this is going to fit, so my side is going to fit to that edge like so. Now I'm going to bring it up like that. So I've got my glue on there, bring in my corner, my third hand, we'll call that, and bring in the other piece. Now it will take a bit of time just to get to maneuver them into place, but once they are and they're there like so, I'm going to bring my second one in, and that's going to go over the top like so, and then that's going to hold that in place. Now what I'll also do is just put on a little bit of tape just to keep it in place, just while it dries like so, and then you'll get a really nice corner. I'm just checking I've got that, there we are, level, there we go. So that's near enough dry. It's, if I start, I was going to say, if I start to pull that apart it should be dry, but that's my glue's fault and not my third hand. So we'll stick that on like so, and then you can just leave them on the side just to dry if you want to, but I'm really impatient. So that is on there. So as you can see, it really does keep it in place. Now these are just slightly larger than your 2mm grey board, so I've done them slightly bigger so that you don't have to fight to get them in. I'm going to pull them up because that seems to keeps moving down. I do apologise. Now these will come in a different colour as well. So these are a lovely, like, I would say they're like a very purpley grey. They're just really a nice colour as well, but I have got some other colours coming in. Well, I say colour, another colour, but these ones are just nice as well. So that's your one side done. So now we come to do the next, and again same principle. I'm going to leave that one side on just for the moment, and I'm going to put my glue on that edge, or try to get it on the edge. Sometimes it's a good thing if you just dot it. And there we go. So bring in your piece and your third hand. I'll get that right in a second. So down like so, just bring it out just a tiny bit, put this one in, and then that side is going to then fit on there like so. Bring in your fourth one, and then that can just go on there, and it's just going to hold it in place. As I say, it's a little bit fiddly at the beginning, but once you've got it slotted in and all lined up, it does help keep your corners and your edges straight. So again, just going to add a little bit of tape just to keep that closed just as we are working with it. I am going to just push that down so that it's over. There we are. Okay, so that's 2 sides done. So next we just have our edges. So our edges are sides, because this is the side, and this is going to fit on like so. Now with this one we're going to put your corners on this part here. So with this though, I'll stand it up and we're going to put our glue just onto the side, the very edge, all the way around that, like a U shape. Then we can put our side on the top like so. Bring that up and around. There we are. Bring in your third hand and fit it on. So that's one side. Okay, so once that's in place, I'm just going to put some more tape just to keep it together, because it will move. You will get it to move, so it's just another fail safe, so that it does dry clear. Dry straight, should I say. So that's the next one. And as you see, I didn't really need that third hand on there, but you can just put it on just to keep it square like so. So last but not least is the next side. So we take them ones off, and then this is going to fit on like so. So again, put your glue just on that U shape. I've just done it in dots. Just smooth that out, and then put your other last side on. And again, get your corners and get it the right way. It's because I'm doing it upside down, back to front and inside out. There we go. There's one, and then two, like so. And then I'm just going to add some of the tape just to the side again. Like so. And that then is your box made, and it should be very square, and it should be quite robust and dry. So we can take these off like so. I might leave that side on just for a moment, and what I can do is then go around and just edge these with our tape to make it a little bit. Do you want one, Savannah? What would you use it for? Okay, they are very handy, I have to say. So I'm just adding my tape just on that size, just to give that a bit more stability. It doesn't matter because you're not going to see these bits anyway, so it just adds a bit more structure to your box. Now I will just get a straight edge, and so all I'm doing is I'm going to just come around my box. But it seems to be like ages since I've made a box. It really does. Right, I think it's because I've been doing albums for quite a few months, so it's nice actually to get and do a box. So I'm just going to snip down those corners like so, so that you've ended up with like 4 separate pieces. So I'm just going to start with the long sides and just burnish that down. Start with this side here and burnish that down, and then the 2 short sides I am going to just mitre those 2 corners like that. That's 1, 2, and then that's your bottom done. So I've just come apart here now. I think that's because I didn't add enough glue. Also as well, I think my fan is drying my glue quicker than what it is sticking, so just put a little bit more on that. So now what we can do is we can go around the top, and that is the same principle as the bottom. Now I will go around, once this is dry, I will go around and just burnish out all those creases. So I'm going to start again, just going around my box. Like so. And push that down. Again, just snip into those corners. Now if you want to with these corners, you can just give just snip again, just to give a triangle. Can you see that, like a little triangle cutout? That's just going to help the tape sit on the corners. So again, I'm just going to burnish those down and push them down like so, and again like that, and like so. So that then is that. So I should really make sure it fits, and there we go, it's fitting. So I've got some nice space either side for my book dangle to come out, and so it gives it a nice feel. It's not too tight, especially if you've got lots of embellishments on the front. So we've just then got the edges there to do, and then we can cover it. Oh, have you just made... Ah, good. So these would have come in handy for you, Carol, if you'd have had these. So I'm going to stick these here, and I'm actually not going to come right down to this one. I'm just going to come across like that. Because I've done the tops and bottoms already, I don't really need to go across over those again. So I'm just coming up to there. And last one. There we are. And then got this last one here. Now what I would also do, but I'm not going to do it right now, is because I've got my grey board inside and I've not covered all of the edges of my grey board, I would paint with black paint just in those corners. If you didn't want to paint with black paint, you could do some construction strips on this as well and lay them in. That would make your box really sturdy. But as you can see, with that construction, with that foundation tape, it is quite robust. And I would add as well, I'd add my feet. I was going to put some feet on this as well. So that is the bases, and these are the, I'm going to call them my third hand, because they do give a third hand feel. So how long have I been live? Does it say? Right, so I think I will leave that there. I will get these onto... Oh, hi Lauren, how are you? Sorry, Laurie. Sorry, how are you? Thank you for joining me all the way from Wisconsin in USA. I hope you are well. Sorry, I've only just seen your message. Oh, hi Sarah, how are you? I will get them on the website. If you would want them, just give me a quick message and I will, I can send you an invoice for them and things like that. But they will go on. As I say, I've virtually got them in my little hands today. I'm going to sit down, sorry. So, yes, I've got them in my hands today. So, I've had a quick play with them. And, yes, they are really, really, really handy. The size of them is really nice as well. They measure, so that you can see, they measure 1 3/8 across by 1 3/8, and as I say, in between there is, it's just a touch bigger than 2 millimeters, because that's the grey board that I use. That's why I made it 2 mil. But you can obviously use your thinner grey board in there as well. Obviously that's like maybe 1.5 or something like that. You can put that in there with no problem. Yeah, but if I was to say, it's just short of 1/8 of an inch, but it is 2 millimeters that you can fit. So it's just shy. I'm trying to think. I haven't got anything bigger than that to try and put it through. Yeah, but probably if you've got like 2.5, maybe that would go through. But as I say, I've done it really because I normally use 2 mil grey board. So that's sort of what I kind of sized it on. So yeah, they're like a triangle, but they you know, fit in quite nicely in some packaging. I haven't got the packaging yet, but they will come out just like this at the moment. It saves on all the plastics and things as well. But yeah, so they're them. So I hope you've enjoyed this quite short live. I've really enjoyed it. If there's anything else you want me to do before we go, then please do let me know. I will put this onto YouTube as well. I haven't worked out how to stream to YouTube and Facebook at the same time, but I will do. And I've just now realised that I haven't recorded it, so never mind. I should be able to put it onto YouTube, I would think. Just going to have a drink. Yeah, so mine, I will do another live probably in another couple of days. I want to show you my workshop albums that we are going to be doing in class. So if you're free and you want to do one of my in-person workshops, I've got one on the 22nd of July 2023 at Fabric Paper Scissors. They are situated in a little sleepy village called Gedney Hill in Lincolnshire, and lovely workshop, really big workshop that she's got there. There's coffee, there's cake, and you know, lots and lots of crafting as well. If you want to come along and join in that, there's still places available. And if you go to Jane's website, as I say, Fabric Paper Scissors, you can book on there. She's got a list of different workshops that she does, and she does loads of different workshops, all different crafts as well. So yeah, it's really good. And then my next one from that will be the 5th of August, and that's in Leighton Buzzard, in a village or town called Leighton Buzzard in Bedfordshire. And yeah, so we'll be doing a bigger album for that workshop. So there are still places available for that if you want to join on that as well. So thank you